Good morning, everyone. We will be starting in a short while. Innovation is taking two things that exist and putting them together in a new way. Good morning to all. I, Sonali Sharma, Assistant Professor at IT Department of Jagannath International Management School, Vasant Kunj, welcome you all to the one-week faculty development program on new age technologies for innovative solutions organized by IT Department and Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Jagannath International Management School, Vasant Kunj, in collaboration with Ict Academy. It is a mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an auspicious event. Therefore, I would like to request all the members of the academic fraternity present here to join us for a short peace prayer.
Be heaven, peaceful, the earth, peaceful, the broad space between, peaceful, for us be the running waters, peaceful, the plant.
Us be what is and what will be. May all to us be gracious. This supreme goddess, word inspired by Brahman, by which the awe-inspiring is created, through her to us be peace. This supreme spirit inspired by Brahman, by which the awe-inspiring is created, through it to us be peace. These five sense organs, with the mind as the sixth, within my heart, inspired by Brahman, by which the awe-inspiring is created, through them to us be peace. Peace be to earth and to airy spaces. Peace be to heaven. Peace to the waters. Peace to the plants and peace to the trees. May all the gods grant to me peace. By this invocation of peace, may peace be diffused. By this invocation of peace, may peace bring peace. With this peace, the dreadful I now appease. With this peace, the cruel I now appease. With this peace, all evil I now appease, so that peace may prevail, happiness prevail, may everything for us be peaceful. To the heavens be peace, to the sky and the earth, to the waters be peace, to plants and all trees, to the gods be peace, to Brahman be peace, to all men be peace, again and again. Peace also to me.
The emerging new technologies can help in enhancing the innovative edge of the business firms as well as educational institutions, which will indeed ensure and provide high quality services, solutions to many real-time problems encountered, which in turn has a positive impact on revenue and profit figures. The primary objectives of the FDP is to facilitate the participants for creating true virtual workforces, learning about innovative solutions, analyzing and monitoring processes, and having insights of data visualization, executive dashboards, and self-service business intelligence products. The areas of technological innovative solutions which will be covered in the FDP RPA, business process mining, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Our institute, Jagannath International Management School, Vasant Kunj, New Delhi, was established in 2003, accredited by NAC with grade A and approved by UGC under section 2S. The institute is a participant member of United Nations Global Compact and United Nations Principles for Responsible Management Education, New York, USA. JIMS Vasant Kunj is a member of the Innovation Cell and the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, Ministry of Education, Government of India. The institute has the privilege of collaborating with the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for executing radio mathematics projects for improving mathematics literacy in the neighborhood community. Besides, the institute has the distinction of undertaking research consultancy projects for Department of Science and Technology, National Human Rights Commission, Indian Council for Social Science Research, and Child Fund India. As a part of its community orientation, the institute has a community radio station, an eco club, NSS unit, and road track club. Here is the recent institutional ranking of 2021. Today in this session, we have with us our director, sir, Dr. Ravi Kedhar. Dr. Dhar is a doctorate in English from Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, and Master of Journalism and Mass Communication from Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. He started his career as a lecturer in English at Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. He has taught English and journalism at Punjab Agricultural University, Ludhiana, and Ethiopian Civil Services University, Addis Ababa. Dr. Dhar has published papers in English literature, education, and mass communication, apart from presenting papers in conferences at Stockholm, Bangkok, and Chuncheon. He has published 3 books, one in mass communication, another in management, and third a novel. He has been impaneled as a quality expert in mass communication by NAC Bangalore. He was nominated to the Court of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University 2011. He also heads the Media Education Committee for the Center of Education, Growth and Research, New Delhi. He has a personal website, www.ravidhar.in, and 2 blogs. He has been awarded with Poesy India Award for contribution to peace and understanding. We welcome you, sir. I request you to kindly address the gathering of this FDP today.
Thank you very much, Sonali. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. At the outset, on behalf of our chairman, Dr. Amit Gupta, our faculty, staff, students, I would like to extend a very hearty welcome to all the distinguished speakers who will be sharing their wisdom on the subject during the course of the week-long faculty development program that has been organized. I would also like to extend a very hearty welcome to all the participants who come from different universities and institutions in different parts of the country. I hope they will enjoy the sessions that they attend, and they will carry home wonderful memories of this session, of this faculty development program, and they would try to implement whatever they have learned during this faculty development program in their own projects, and also share the wisdom gained with their own students. Sonali has talked about the institution. She has already told you about our institution. Besides, apart from what she has said, I would like to add that the institution believes in knowledge gathering and knowledge sharing, knowledge generation, I should say, knowledge generation and knowledge sharing, because ultimately it is the key to happiness on this earth. We also had the peace prayer in the beginning, and if you have noticed that the peace prayer is very universal, apart from a few words which may seem to be culture specific, but otherwise it is very universal. But therein, where in the peace prayer itself, there lie the seeds of the subject that you have for the faculty development program during this week-long FDP. New age technologies for innovative solutions. Information technology is very closely related to what we talk of in India as the Brahman, invoked in the peace prayer, which is regarded as being with consciousness, energy, bliss. Now, the interplay of consciousness and energy is what has led to the creation of this world. And the Brahman, as the Ish Upanishad says, is both in static form and the dynamic form. In the static form, it is the transcendental one, which is unmoving, which is immutable, which is unchanging. But when it is in the dynamic form, it is something which keeps on changing, which keeps on dying and being reborn. And that is why the reference, the usage of two terms, that is Mrit and Amrit. Mrit being the world of dynamism, Amrit being the world of staticity and stability. And all this emerges, and there is again a binary which is invoked, and that is the binary of being and non-being. And it is here that I connected to the world of information technology, because there would have probably been no information technology if this concept had not been there. Being refers to the one, the binary numerals that we use on the foundation of which the whole superstructure of information technology is built. The binary numbers of 0 and 1, 0 being non-being, 1 being being. So the interplay of being and non-being gives birth to this cosmos, and therein lies consciousness. Being is 0, is, as I refer to, as that state of zero consciousness in which that supreme Brahman resides, and it transcends the world of phenomenal reality. And the world of phenomenal reality belongs to the world of being. Being is a reference to 1, and non-being is a reference to 0. So look at how, and when you look at the creation of this world, and you look at the way you create different worlds with the help of these 0 and 1 in computer sciences, it is not dissimilar. It is almost the same. And as knowledge keeps on improving, as knowledge keeps on advancing, I think we are growing more metaphysical, we are growing more spiritual, but at the same time, as Sri Aurobindo would say it, that there's a need to combine the two. There's a need to rededicate and recommit to this world, to the improvement of life on earth. And that is what is the essence of his integral yoga. And there's a need to update one's knowledge, because technologies keep on improving, technologies keep on, this will continue to be, because evolution is a never-ending process. And as one evolves, the knowledge also keeps on evolving, information keeps on getting updated, and it is necessary for us to update ourselves. And that is why all these FTPs, and at GIMS, we keep on having these FTPs in all the disciplines that we teach here at this institution. So I welcome you all once again to this FTP, and I hope you would have a wonderful, I wouldn't say the adventure of consciousness, but I can certainly say you will enjoy and have a great learning experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for these inspiring and motivating words. Now, we also have with us Mr. K.A. Vijayan, Head Academic Operations of Ict Academy. He is responsible for the implementation of largest government projects and CSR programs. He has successfully implemented more than 25 large projects across India. Mr. Vijayan plays an important role in implementing projects in the areas of skill development, faculty development, digital empowerment, and in entrepreneurship development. He is responsible for entire project management lifecycle, including project acquisition planning, budgeting, and implementation, which involves trainers management, content management, student acquisition, course delivery, and post-training activities. Vijayan sir has more than 30 years of experience in project implementation and operations, having working with leading technology-enabled educational company. We welcome you, sir. I now request you to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you. Very good morning to all of you. And thank you, Ms. Sonali Sharma, for having given a wonderful introduction. Good morning, Dr. Ravi Kedar, who is the director of GIMS. It was a wonderful start to the faculty development program with a peace prayer, which actually really is very inspiring, and praying for the whole universe, including the human beings, non-living things and living things, and all that is a wonderful gesture from one of the institution, and a very good start to the faculty development program. Just before addressing, I thought I will just give a small brief about Ict Academy. And before that, let me congratulate and appreciate Dr. Minakshi Narula, who has taken all the effort to make this happen, to make this faculty development happen on behalf of GIMS, coordinating with us, Ict Academy. It has been a wonderful stage set for the faculty development program, and we at Ict Academy was formed in 2009 with the main objective of enhancing the knowledge and competency of the faculty of the higher education ecosystem, and the second objective being to create a new generation talent pool. So with these two objectives, Ict Academy started developing 5 other pillars like entrepreneurship development, research and journals, youth empowerment, and then the digital empowerment. So we started building on 7 pillars, and we have been successful in order to strengthen the 5 other pillars to make these 2 objectives a reality. That is the 2 objectives of faculty development and youth empowerment. How Ict Academy does this is Ict Academy has been blessed with a wonderful panel of board of governors. We have the ex-emeritus vice chairman, Mr. Minakshi Narula, as our chairman. We have representatives from NASCOM. We have the representatives from the Tamil Nadu government, the IAS bureaucrats like the IT secretary, the labor and employment secretary, the higher education secretary, and we have 3 other industry people as board of governors of Ict Academy. Now, how we are able to take the latest technological trends to the institutions? It is because we have tie-ups with over 100 corporate, technology, and other sectors. We have over 25 techno giants as our partner in bringing latest technology to the institutions. And that is how today in our program, we have 2 of them. We actually wanted all the 5 to be as technology, from the technology giants. But as we know, the technology like Oracle or Microsoft, they all plan their training schedules 6 months ahead. And that is why we could not bring in experts from Oracle or from Microsoft, though we have very good tie-ups with both of them also. But we were successful enough to bring experts from Celonis and Click. And we are happy to have this organized for Jagannath Institute of Management Sciences, and with the efforts of Dr. Minakshi Narula. Thank you, madam, for having coordinated and getting this done on behalf of GIMS. Now, to the faculty here, technology is playing a very, very important role, especially after COVID. All of you all know COVID took us to a situation and brought the whole higher education system into a standstill, not knowing what to do. And that is the time Ict Academy started exploring and we wanted to innovate. We brought in our Sky Campus series in April 2020, and we had over 10,000 faculty attending our technology series, our faculty development programs, and our leadership series. We had over 3,000 institutions across the country participating in the Sky Campus series. And then Ict Academy got into we started developing our own learning management system. And with the help of our own learning management system today, we are able to implement large projects which come for student skill development training programs. So Ict Academy signs MOU with different corporates like Microsoft, Oracle, Palo Alto, Celonis, Cisco, all the technology giants. We sign MOUs to take their products, technology especially, to the higher education ecosystem. Along with that, we also work with different corporates, looking out for funds where we can help the underprivileged students in order to skill them and make them industry-ready students. Today, Ict Academy is implementing around 6 large projects across the country. We work with the government departments. We have implemented a project in the Northeast on behalf of AICT, All India Council of Technical Education. We have trained 11,000 students in the Northeast on NSDC approved courses. Today, we are implementing a large project training 5,000 students in Jammu and Kashmir. That is also with the MOU signed between All India Council of Technical Education, Delhi. Like this, we are implementing large CSR projects of Reliance, CSS Corp, DXC Technology, and many other corporate people. So Ict Academy works with the corporates in order to enhance and help to enhance the competency of the higher education faculties. And that is what is now happening in GIMS. We are happy to support Jagannath Institute of Management Sciences in this initiative of hosting a faculty development program by sourcing experts who will be doing this 5-day session. And I hope all the faculties who are here, I hear that there are more than 650 registrations which has happened. We hope, together with the management of Jagannath Institute of Management Sciences, we hope that each of you would be benefited. And I also urge the faculty assembled here to motivate and encourage the arts and science students and the management students to ensure that they are also updated with technology. Today, technology after the COVID is playing an important role in every sector, a very, very important role in every sector. Today, a student needs to know how to attend a virtual recruitment session, which is very, very important. Today, all the recruitments are happening virtually. So if a student is not updated to use technology, he will be in the backseat. So it is very important that all the faculties who are assembled and faculty of the higher education ecosystem motivate and encourage even the arts and science students to be updated with technology. Only then they are going to be deployable students. Deployable students, there is a difference between employability and deployability. It is our responsibility to ensure that each of the students are deployable. Deployable means productive from the day one. And that should be what is our goals in order to prepare the students to have a career of their own choice. So I wish Jagannath Institution of Management Sciences all the very best. And I hope this 5-day faculty development program will enrich the knowledge and update all the faculty in order to be competent faculty to transpire or to disseminate the knowledge back to the students. Thank you very much. And on behalf of Ict Academy, I thank Dr. Minakshi Narula and the management of Jagannath Institute of Management Sciences for organizing such a wonderful program for the benefit of the faculty in the higher education ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir, for these enlightening words. Now we have with us our Head of Department of Information Technology, Dr. Minakshi Narula. Dr. Narula is having more than 20+ years of blended experience of industry and academia. She is heading the IT department of GIMS for last 13 years. She is also actively involved in academic activities of BCA program as the BCA program coordinator of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, coordinating with more than 20 affiliated colleges of the university offering BCA program. She has published and presented research papers in the area of soft computing, fuzzy logic, and expert systems in various international conferences and journals. Her area of research is focused on modeling automated system for student evaluation using soft computing techniques. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to call Dr. Narula, ma'am, for addressing the gathering.
Thank you, Sonali, for such a kind introduction. And good morning to all of you. On behalf of Jagannath International Management School, Vasant Kunj, I would like to welcome all the participants for this faculty development program. I hope you all the participants will have something to learn so that they can in turn train or disseminate whatever they have learned, disseminate the knowledge, impart the knowledge with their students. So I would like to thank Mr. Vijayan for his kind words and just showing the gratitude towards me, but I must appreciate to him. It is because of all his efforts we are able to conduct this FDP. Thank you very much, sir, for coordinating with us, collaborating with us, and providing us with such an eminent speakers. And I hope they will be doing justice and will be delivering their will be sharing their knowledge with all the participants. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invite for addressing the gathering. So we are very thankful, and we are, as you know, we are the privileged member of Ict Academy, and we are having a 5 years association as privileged member. But before that also 2 years we were the member of Ict Academy. So that association will go for next, you can say 5 years more. Okay, sir. So
thank you.
Yeah. So, and because of Ict Academy, our students are getting training on latest technologies also, and we are able to get good experts from the industry to deliver the lectures on their areas of expertise. So thank you very much, sir.
Our pleasure, ma'am. Our pleasure.
So I think I should not take much more time because the participants are anxiously waiting, and we do not want to delay the session because this was the first day of the FDP. So I would like to tell all the participants that the next days we are not going to spend this much of time. In the beginning, we will directly go to the sessions, but this was the first day, so inaugural session was there. I would like to thank our director, sir, also for being the motivating, you can say, source for us. He's always an inspiration for all of us, and he always supports us for all these kind of activities which we conduct for our department. And thank you very much, sir. And I would like to tell all the participants and all the guests here that the peace prayer, which was we have shared with you in the beginning of the session, it was narrated by our director, sir, only, Dr. Ravi K. Dhar. We have taken it from his YouTube channel, and we have taken his permission to just have this peace prayer for our faculty development program. So sir is always a guiding source for us. Thank you, sir, for being here, and always we look forward to you for welcoming our guest. And your always your address is such motivating address that we get charged up for the session. Thank you, sir. So I hope now we should start the session, and all the participants will have something to learn during the next 5 days. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonali.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, without any further delay, let's start with today's session. For today's session, we have with us Mr. Mayur Bhushan. He holds 6+ years of experience in training domain and is a former technical trainer in Ict Academy, IIT Guwahati. He has achieved many certifications like NASCOM, Cisco, Dell EMC, University of Helsinki certification, Salesforce Ranger, Automation Anywhere certification on RPA, and certification on Automation 360. He is technically proficient in website designing, HTML, CSS, Python and R, computer hardware and networking, Salesforce, Epix programming and administrator, cybersecurity, and RPA. We welcome you, sir. Mr. Mayur Bhushan, welcome you, sir. So you can start with your session. You can share your PPT.
Sonali, you will have to remove your PPT so that he can share. Yeah.
All right, a very good morning to all of you. Good morning, respected all the dignitaries who are there on the panel list, Dr. Ravi sir, Minakshi ma'am, Sonali ma'am, and Vijayan sir, and all the other faculties who are here waiting for the much awaited program. So on a very onset, I will not be taking much long in directly introducing me, and also thank you very much for giving such a pleasure introduction of mine. So it was a very good morning for every one of you after all these heavy speeches. So I think we'll be directly going on to the session, and in between we'll be doing the introduction. So without much delay, I would like to share my screen, and then wishing every one of you a very good learning in the next upcoming 5 days. So without much delay, I would just like to start on in my session. So I'll be stopping my video, then let me share my screen first. So am I audible in a good way? Can I get some responses?
Yeah, even you can switch on your video also, no problem. Even you can share also. It's up to you.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, I will be doing that. But yeah, let me share my screen first. All right. So am I audible and is my screen visible? Can I get some responses?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So when I was told about this particular, I was invited for this particular thing, the robotic process automation. So I was about to speak about the RPA. So this is one of the most interesting thing, and also one of the most favorite topic of mine, which I like the most. Okay, so it is basically about automation. Okay, so all of you might be knowing what is automation, it might be knowing what is robot. So here are two different words. Okay, so the thing is that when I studied on, I always try to emphasize on these two particular words which are there. The first word, which everyone goes through, it is the robot. The next thing is automation. So now when we first speak about these robots, Okay, so I hope many of the faculties will be there, the attendees will be there, the participants. So when you will be first starting on with the word of robotics, okay, something which comes to our mind is that there will be a physical structure. There will be some person, there will be some physical, what you can say, some persons will be there. Okay, physical robots which will be there waiting beside you, and you'll be directing that particular robot, and that particular robot will be doing the things which will be instructed by you. But when I talk about this robotic process automation, there will be nothing like that at all. Okay, so there will be no any physical things, there will be no any uh, large structures, large robots which will be dealing on it. So then what we will be dealing on with? We will be dealing on with small bots. Okay, so practically we do not call it as robots, we call it as bots. Now what are bots? Bots are the software robots. Okay, bots are known as the software robots. So that is the basic difference. If I first tell you about robotic and the RPA, the robotic process automations. The first thing, after that, let's go on, and the next word which I am telling you about is automation. Now, when you talk about automation, automation means when you even speak of the word, it comes automatically to our mind. Even I use now the word automatic. So that means something which comes on, or something which you can say without much or with minimal human interaction, you can say that is something happening automatic, right? So we have bought one, suppose just giving you some use cases, you have bought one machine, you have just bought one washing machine, suppose. So that is automatic, right? So you have just bought a new car, that car is automatic. So what does it mean? There's something which will be minimizing the human intervention. Okay, which will be minimizing the human intervention. So that things comes when we talk about the automation. So now when you combine these two words, robotic and automation, so that means there will be an intermediary between them, which will be the process, and that process will help those bots. Okay, I'm again talking about the bots, I'm not talking about robots. That bots which will be giving interaction between these processes, and then it will be making all those processes automatically, right? So with that note, let's go on to the first slide, which will be covering the agenda for today. So we'll be starting on with the introducing about automation. So we will learn about the automation first, then we will know about the automating benefits. What are the different benefits we have in automation? We will go about discovering the automating tasks, the different tasks which are there, which we can automate. Then we'll be having what and how of RPA. So that means robotic process automation, what it is and how it is done. So a use case demonstration. So the thing is that on the very onset, I would just like to tell that this topic, it's like when we learn for 2 hours, when I'll be giving this demonstration here, when I'll be speaking about this robotic process automation. So it will only cover, you can say, like 0.1% of this whole big universe of this automation. So these things, these RPA, which was starting on the very first of this 21st century. So it was the process of automation. It got all started like from 2000, 2001, 2, 3, like that. So that was the initiative of this automation. So from there, when I talk about these RPA, when I talk about this robotic process automation, so it is something a very big, you can say, a dimension it has created in its own. Okay, so when we'll be talking about that, so we'll be only talking about the very basics, I can say. So I will try my level best to cover up all these things, all the topics, which is necessary for you all to know about this RPA. Okay, so in between, we'll be having some interaction sessions. So I'll be giving you some 1 or 2 simple questions to just make you understand and about the program. Okay, so with that, let's go on to the first one. But before that, I just want to ask all of you, do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions or any doubts so far? So can I just go for a quick 15 or 10 seconds for a question before I start on directly with the automation? Yeah, anyone who is having any questions or any doubts, you can just unmute yourself, for whatever is the procedure which has been keeping there. You can just unmute and you can just speak up. A quick 10 minutes, 10 seconds or 15 seconds to all of you if you're having any questions or doubts so far.
Sonali and Anisha, you can check for the question and you can ask on behalf of the
Yes,
participants.
Jyoti Kashiv. You can unmute yourself. Jyoti Kashiv.
I think her audio is not connected. I can see her audio is not connected.
Okay, Jyoti Kashiv, you can message in the chat maybe. If
Yes.
they are audible to you, ma'am.
All the participants can use the chat who are just on this Zoom, and those who are attending from YouTube channel, they can write the message in YouTube channel itself. You have not got any question till now, Sonali or Anisha?
No, ma'am.
So, sir, we can start. We can continue.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same. So let's start on which. Then after that, I think when I go on with the topic, the participants can ask the questions and the doubts if they have any.
Yes, all the participants kindly use the chat. You can send the question. We can read the question and we can ask on your behalf.
All right. Thank you, madam. So let's start on with automation. So as I have told you, what you mean by automation. So see, the things which I have brought here about the automation. Okay, so that will be the first one. So it is a technology which deals with arrangements of machines and computers. So basically what automation does is that it will make the machines a well arranged and the computers, which will be a good arrangement of those. And that will be the impacting for the generation of complete tasks with minimal human intervention. Now, when we use computers, when we use machines to automate something, so that means we want to generate a complete task with minimal human intervention. So if you are using a machine, and if it is like you need to be there with the machine all of time, okay, all the time you need to be there near the machine and need to check what it is doing, so then there is no point of using that thing. There is no point of telling that that is happening something automatically, right? So that is, it deals with the arrangements of machines and computers which will minimal the human intervention, and as an output it will give out the complete tasks. So third point, it replicates steps which are directed by human. So machines, basically when I use this term, replicate steps directly directed by human, so it basically goes to the RPA term. So in some automations, you might not find that those steps which are done by the human, those are directly replicated. But in case of RPA, when we'll be going to that, when we'll be studying about this RPA, so in that way, we can say that the steps which are directed by human, as a user, the steps which he will be giving to that particular machine, so it will replicate that thing. Okay, it will try to replicate those particular steps. And the aim or the objective of automation is basically to boost the efficiency and the reliability. So that means if one person can do a work in suppose 2 hours within machine, we must see that it needs to be done within 1 hour. Okay, so it is basically to boost the efficiency and the reliability. Suppose you cannot rely on a person like 100%, because when you say that we'll be doing that work, we do not know what might be the error which might be coming to us. So we might fall sick, we might not be able to make it out. But as a machine, it is reliable. We can rely on that particular thing, right? So these are the different terms about the automation. So now, till this particular slide, I want all of you to not think about RPA. You just think about the automation. Okay, you just think about automation. What is automation? What are the things you automate? So next thing, when I go on to the categories of automation, that makes me to come to the third slide, which is the categories of automation. So that is the first thing which you say is integrated automation, right? So when I talk about this integrated automation, so we have different kinds of that. Okay, we have different kinds of that integrated automation. We have then you can say the industrial automations and different kinds. So integrated automation, if we see, so basically what it means, it is a comprehensive automation framework. Okay, so it is basically, it is integrated automation which seeks to reduce this complexity. Okay, so some of the works which may be independently automated work processes, so those will be communicated between those automated processes. So suppose I'm giving you one use case, 5 cases a day, okay, 5 automated systems a day. Now, when you used to automate these 5 different systems, so that means all will be having 5 different restrictions, 5 different streamlines. So in integrated automation, what happens is that we will try to integrate. Okay, so rather than allowing those 5 different automated systems to operate separately, what we can do is that we can integrate those and we can make one particular automation which will unify one single system. Okay, so that happens to be the integrated automation. So these integrated type of automation, basically we see in the machinery things. We see it in the machine systems. So we see it in the material handling. Okay, basically which goes on with the automated material handling, and also in some places of the computer aided manufacturing. Okay, so again, I'm telling, till these things, we are not talking at all about RPA. Okay, we are not talking at all about RPA. We are just talking about these different things. So integrated automation is one thing. The next one, which goes on, is the industrial automation. After the integrated automation, we have the industrial automation. So industrial automation, you can see it involves the use of some technicality. Okay, industrial automation, use of some technicality to manage the repetitive tasks. So in industry, as the word suggests here, industrial automation, so it is basically to reduce the human labor which is happening in the industries. Okay, so it is like to reduce those human labors which are for some hazardous human labor. So suppose in fields of electricity, or you can say in fields of like hazardous materials, which like biotechnologies, all these different things, all these different industries. So now things has been going on that how we can reduce the human effort in those things, how we can reduce the risk of human lives. Okay, so suppose in case of mining, so you can say, so it's very unfortunate that we used to get like for every month or every couple of months, what we used to say, because of mining, many laborers have to lose their lives, right? Because of those going inside those mines, those caves, and mining those things. So it is going on nowadays, although they use some robots kind of things in high industries, but still it is going on. Work has been going on that's in industrial automation. It should be the human risk of those hazardous works, it should be reduced to a minimal extent. So for that, we can say the industrial automation is gearing up. So after the industrial automation, the next thing which is there is the computer aided manufacturing. Okay, the computer aided manufacturing, or the CAM we all call about, what it does, it is basically dealing with the computers. It basically deals with machines. Okay, so it deals with computers, it deals with machines in concern to automate manufacture. Okay, so now it is often designed, or it is often used with the term of CAD. Okay, computer aided design, the CAD, which is a you can say a common term for all of us, CAD. So the computer aided manufacturing, it basically does with the computer aided design, the CAD. So when we use this CAD, or when we use this computer aided manufacturing, basically, so the benefits here is of increasing the material production, increasing the material and production consistencies. It increases the production outputs. Okay, so when we use computers to do those things, when we use computers for designing purpose, when we use computers for using the component qualities, checking the component qualities. So what, of course, we will be getting that, we'll be getting much more productivity than doing it by human labor. Okay, so that is the third one, the computer aided manufacturing. Then after that, the next one, robotic process automation. This is what we were talking about. Okay, so now have we got the cohesive way of how to start on with the robotic process automation, right? So first of all, we need to know about automation. What is automation? Then when automation, there is not only one kind of automation, we have these different kinds. So robotic process automation is one kind of categories of automation, you can say, right? So the robotic automation, it interacts with the available IT configurations, you can say, or the available IT infrastructures, And the most important thing, there is no any complexity, which is there in case of RPA. Okay. There is no any case, there is no any complexity in case of RPA. Now, when I will be showing you about where you can start on with RPA, so it will be very interesting for all of you, because the only thing which you need to do is that drag and drop some tools. Okay, you just need to write one or two lines. Okay, so there is no any prerequisite codings required. There are no prerequisite language that you need to know. Okay, so only the basic things of the languages which you need to know. Suppose what is a variable, what we call it as a data. So only those things which we need in RPA. Okay, so that is one of the most important thing, and that is one of the most you can say advantage of this RPA, which is driven this particular uh, technology to such an extent till now. Okay, so it is very easy to do, and it is very easy and comfortable to do on this RPA, right? So basically, it is programmed to automate those back office operations. Okay, it is done. It is used to do those workflows, those infrastructures. Okay, so suppose what we can do, we can create a bot, we can build a bot, and and we can say that bot to extract all those data which are there in a website. So that process, it can be done by a person. You can ask your admin to do that, right? So you can ask your admin that I want these data from that particular website. So you just prepare an Excel sheet and you can just pass it on to me. But the same thing, right? When you create a bot and when you assign those tasks to a bot, so what you need to do, first of all, you just need to show the instructions to that particular bot, create the bot, and then when you run the bot, you just sit, you just relax with a cup of coffee, and what will the bot do? It will just go to the particular website, it will just record those things, it will prepare an Excel sheet, and after that, it will just email it to that particular location, right? So those are the things which we can do on with RPA. So basically, RPA, it is a set of those commands which is executed by bots, and while doing that, it adheres to some of the predefined rules. So predefined rules, as I have already told you, the instructions which will the user give. So the main aim of this RPA, basically, it is to get rid of the repetitive and the task, the monotonous task, which you can say, which are performed by a human. Okay, so that is the robotic process automation. Now, after that, we have one more, which is the conversational automation. Conversational automation, quickly, which deals with changing approaches to customer service. So what you can say, so nowadays, when you open one website, right? So in the corner, basically what happens in the top, sorry, in the lower right corner, something will pop up, and you'll be getting a sound like a beep sound, and then something will be coming up like a conversation pane will be opening and will be asking you, hey, how can I help you? So do you think, is this something who a person is sitting right there, and whenever you're opening the website, is it that person who is chatting with you? Of course not, right? So what they're doing is that they are automatically connecting to those websites, this conversational automation. So what we can do is that you can just use those conversational automations, okay, and you can make those conversation look very much practical. Okay, so even nowadays in some of the use cases, you can say, okay, so in like the conversational automation, which is the forward step in traditional chatbots. So those are, which are known as the chatbots. So now it's coming to the use of those natural languages processing. Okay, in conversational automation nowadays, it's like the traditional overcoming those traditional chatbots. It's like free flowing and unstructured. Nowadays, it's happening like that, the conversational automation. Okay, so it is not dependent upon those fixed responses. Like whenever you'll be asking something, I want to know about my balance, suppose, okay, you want to check your balance. So it is not like those prerequisites, so the predefined set. So it is like coming automatically. So it allows more human-like interactions. Okay, so it is already happening in cases of like US, South Korea, Singapore, already those countries, the advanced countries, they have already implemented these things. So it is happening like more in natural conversation with a conversational automation bot. Okay, so it yields better customer experience, you can say, so than the traditional chatbots. So it significantly reduces the labor cost as well. And also what it will do, it is 24/7 availability. Now, availability is one of the most important thing you can say, okay, in case of this automation. Clear? So that was about introducing you, making you in the way, in a paving your way towards robotic process automation. So next one we have about RPA, robotic process automation. Right? What is this RPA? So quickly, let me go for 5 seconds if I have any questions or any doubts. All right. uh, okay, so I think the things are clear till now. So let's go on to the next one, which is the RPA, the basic thing of the robotic process automation. So RPA, as I have already told you, it is a process which deals with specialized software robots that automate high volume, repetitive, rule-based tasks in an auditable and reliable way. Right? So specialized software robots. So here you can say I am highlighting some words here. Okay. So what are the different words I am highlighting here? You can just go through it. The first one is a specialized software robots. So what are these software robots? And then I am emphasizing on the word of high volume, then repetitive, then the rule-based. Okay, so which the task which can be done in an auditable and reliable. So let's see what are these different things. So it involves the use of AI, artificial intelligence. It involves the use of machine language. It involves that particular AI and ML capabilities in performing the task, which are queries, calculations, maintenance of records, and transactions. So only these three tasks are just a small demo about this. Okay, so only the queries, calculations, maintenance of records, and transaction. It is not that only RPA used to cover only these three things. No, but these are just for your understanding. Okay, so the software robots, the high volume, the repetitive, the rule-based, what are those? Okay, what do we mean by those? Let's go on with that. So these are about the characteristics of RPA. Okay, these are the characteristics of RPA, software bots. So as I've told you, when we'll be talking about RPA, we will be not talking about the big bots, big robots. We'll be not talking about the physical robots, which will be coming, sitting near you, standing near you, and you'll be directing them to do some particular task. No, it is not like that. We will be talking about some software bots, right? We'll be talking about some software bots, the instructions we'll be giving onto the softwares. Right. So next one is repetitive. Repetitive means when you create one bot, okay, when you create one bot, and when you finish creating that, after giving those instructions, you will be having the option to use the repetitive one. That means you want, suppose what I'm telling you, I'm just giving you one use case. In the morning, when you open your laptop, you want your bot, you want the newspaper to appear in your page, in your browser. Okay, suppose you want your newspaper to appear in your browser. So what you can do is that you can create a bot for that. So every time when you open, every day when you open, when you first log into your laptop, after just getting, when you just run the bot, automatically what it will do, it will go to the different browser, it will browse for the particular newspaper, and it will flash you in front of you in your screen. So that is the repetitive task we can do. So without any fail, repeatedly, it will be doing and doing and doing every day. Right. So this is one of the most useful characteristics of this robotic process automation. The next one is about the high volume. Now, when you talk about this high volume, you want to extract the data from the data of your institution, suppose, from the very first time when the first batch of students got admission. Now, if that is something which you need to do it manually, right? If it is that something which you want to do manually, so suppose the process is that you need to go to the browser, you need to open your website, you need to go to a particular admission portal, and there you need to select the batch, and then you need to download it. So what are the different steps there? Suppose there might be like 7 to 8 steps. First, open the browser, go to your website, log into your dashboard, download it, again, put it in Excel, right? So if that is for like 20 to 30 batches, can you imagine the amount of volume you'll be having, the amount of data you'll be having there, right? So if you do it manually, every time, what you need to do, just open it, go to browser, open your dashboard, download it, put it in Excel. So it, for a human being to do those kind of tasks, it is obvious tedious. Okay, it will be tedious, and also it will be much more time consuming, right? So what you can do, create a bot for that, right? You just create a bot for that. You give the instruction that it needs to go to the browser, it needs to download it, and it needs to go on with it. So then this high volume, what you can do, you can just sit back, relax, and again, the bot will do everything for you. Okay, the bot will do everything for you. So that is again the characteristics of RPA with high volume. Next one, last but not the least, is the rule-based. Now, what is about this rule-based? When you talk about this rule-based, that means, as I have told you, when you create these bots, we need to give some instructions. Clear? We need to give some instructions. Now, when we give some instruction to the bots, to the rule-based, clear? When you give these instructions, so those instructions should be in a proper way. So when I tell it as in a proper way, that means it should be cohesive. It should be that first, this is the criteria you need to log in. Secondly, you need to give, first of all, you need to give your username. Secondly, you need to give your password. Thirdly, you need to click on the login. Fourthly, when you open the home page, you need to go to the dashboard, then click on the batches, then download the sheet. Okay, so to see, without giving the login, you cannot go into the dashboard. So there is a rule, right? So that means there is a process, there is a rule. So that rule cannot be broken. So that is the rule-based things is also one of these characteristics of the robotic process automation. Right, it is also one of the characteristics of this robotic process automation, the RPA. Clear? So these are the different characteristics which you see. These are the different, we can say, the features, okay, of an RPA, the robotic process automation. So that brings me to my next one, the benefits of RPA. Okay, the benefits of RPA. Why we need to use RPA? Okay, what are the criteria, or we can say what are the main motives behind using this RPA? Okay, so might be all of you might be thinking about that 2-3 options already you might be having now. So first one, improved productivity. Yeah, of course it is. Great. So what RPA does, it improves the productivities. So one thing which you cannot, which a human takes, like suppose 3 hours to complete it. When you give it to RPA, it will be doing it within suppose 1 hour or 1.5 hours, right? So because the bots will never get tired. A bot will never take a break. A bot will never wait to drink a glass of water, right? A bot will never go for a lunch. So that makes it beneficial, that it improves the productivity. The uses of RPA benefits the entire industry by improving the productivity of whatever task it is assigned. Right. Next one, the speed and accuracy. Now, when you talk about the speed and accuracy, it's like the computers, right? It's like the computer. So when you talk about the speed of a bot, when you talk about the speed of a bot, that means what happens is that when you click it, when you run it, so only it only depends upon the internet speed. Okay, which is the very basic. That is the internet. Obviously, if we want to move ourselves, if we want to make ourselves pace, okay, in pace with the technologies, newest technology, so internet is a must. So that the speed and accuracy of the bots is immense. Okay, and it is very accurate. It is very accurate. So whatever you can say, whatever steps you are giving there, okay, so it will obviously, or it will without any doubt implement those steps. So accurately implementing those steps with a correct metric of speed is the second benefit of using RPA. Thirdly, when you go on with that, what you'll be getting, one, scalability and flexibility. Scalability, as I have given you the demo in the previous one with volume. Okay, the scalability. Scalability, that means high volumes of data without any what you can say, without any extra cost, you can say, without any extra burden. Okay, if you're designing a bot, whatever may be the scale, whatever may be the volume you used to give, it will obviously do that. It is flexible, it is scalable in that case, right? So that is the third benefit of using RPA. Improve customer experience. Talking from the industry point of view, right? The customer experience. If we design a bot, if we design a chat bot, if we design a conversation bot, okay, so even 24/7 it will be active. So whenever, at whatever time any customer wants to ask something about that, okay, so he or she can avail this opportunity. So in return, what you'll be getting, the industry will be getting a good customer feedback. They'll be getting a good customer experience. Right. So that is also one of these important benefits of RPA. All right. Next one, the uninterrupted services. As I have already told, a bot will never wait for lunch. A bot will never go for a glass of water. Uninterrupted service. The time till you switch off your machine, the time till you switch off your laptop, uninterrupted services will be there. Okay, but in some cases, again, when you off it at the background, you can make those bots run. Okay, so you can make the bots run. So these are the benefits of the RPA. Okay, so it happens to be the benefits of this RPA. So after this benefits, it's take me to the 3 different types of RPA. But before going on to that, I'll be again coming back to the chat box if I have some questions or anything. So how is it going till now? Is it going fine for you? Of course, I'll be having some demos to give it to you. Okay, so just be patient. It's not that I'll be only doing these theoretical things, but I will. I hope I'll be getting some time to use this demos just to show you about at least how to start on with this RPA. Okay, how to start on with this RPA. So before going on to that, a quick response from all of you. I will be sharing this link in the chat box. Yeah. So this is the link quickly in the chat box I'm giving. So I want all of you to respond to it quickly. Okay, so let's go and have a interaction there. Okay, so there's a simple question there. So what do you think will be the benefits, or you can say the objectives of using Rpa? Okay, yeah, so yeah, so let's take a quick short break of 10 seconds. Let me take a glass of water and then we'll be back. Okay, yeah, so anyone wants to speak anything, wants to say anything, you can just unmute, or you can use the chat box, I guess, right? All right.
Okay, so it's a request to everyone to fill the form which has been sent by Mayur sir in the chat. And in case you have any questions, you can message us in the chat box. You can message Mayur sir directly, or you can message any one of the co-hosts in your participant list.
So one of our participant is asking that RPA is used in business process mining. Mr. Dinesh sir is asking that RPA is used in business process mining.
Well, a very good question. If I can frame it out the question in a way that's so might be asking that, is it something used in the business process?
Business process mining.
Okay, business process mining. See, so when you talk about this RPA, so we have an umbrella term in RPA, in robotic process automation, which is the business process automation. Okay, so when we say that business mining, so basically what happens is that it basically, or you can business process automation, it deals with the analytical fields. Okay, it deals with like analyzing the data, it deals with analyzing fields of data and all these things. So when we use in the RPA in that field, okay, RPA in business perspective, so of course I will be telling that of course it is used in the business perspective, or of course it is used in the BPA, the business process automation. Now when you say mining of business, okay, so mining of business, maybe you might be talking about the different analytical fields of how these RPA is helpful in this business world. Okay, so when you know the different things, so when you know how to use RPA, so you can make it beneficial in every field of what you can want. Okay, you can use it in some like academic purposes, you can use it in business ways, how much you want to. Okay, so in that way, the only basic thing is that you just need to know how these RPA use, and after that you can incorporate it, you can use it in different aspects of your own use, right? So yeah, I hope that has given you the answer for that, hopefully.
Okay, I think you can continue.
All right, so if we do not have any more questions, then let's go on and let's see. All right, so 3 different types of RPA, as I have told you. So first one is the assisted RPA. Next, we have the unassisted RPA, and then we have the hybrid RPA. So robotic process automation deals with assisted, unassisted, and hybrid. Okay. So the assisted RPA, it involves automating the applications which are running on users' desktop. So when I show you, when I will go to the dashboard of this creating those bots, so that one you can see those bots, as I have told you, can create in any order, or you can create it for any use to use as per your flexibility. Okay, now assisted RPA will be those bots, okay, will be those automating applications which runs on the user's desktop. Okay, so if you are creating a bot supposed to detect some errors which are happening in your systems, you just need to check that is anyone what are the different USBs which are logging into your systems, what are the different any files which are coming on, or your word which are doing on in the file. So those things which involves running applications on a desktop. Okay, so that things comes in the assisted. That means in the second line, if you see, the triggering has to actively happen by the user's action. So that means the user has to trigger. Trigger means something which we will give the, we will lead it on. Okay, we have to make it start. The trigger means we have to make it start. So the triggering action, it has to be happen by the user's action. So as a user, you have to give it first. Okay, so the assisted RPAs, these are usually cost efficient and it involves better user and customer experiences. Okay, so the assisted RPAs, so it is also known as the attended RPA. Okay, and sometimes the assisted RPA, it is also known as the attended RPA. Okay, both are the same thing, so you might be getting confusion. So assisted and attended RPA, these are both the same thing. After that, the next one which comes is the unassisted RPA. So in unassisted RPA, there is no human interference required. It is also known as unattended RPA. So the unattended RPA will notify the user only when some error occurs. Okay, so it requires structured data which may not be always available. So see, unattended means when there is no human interference required, but only when you start the bot. Okay. As I have told you, that if I go back again to the newspaper example, you are creating a bot and you want that bot to display the newspaper in your laptop every time when you switch on your system. So when you switch on, you do not need to go and run the bot. So it will automatically use that particular system. It will automatically use your system. It will use your browser and it will go to the website. It will fetch the data and put it to you. Okay, so these are kind of unattended. So there is no human interference required in that case. So it will notify the user only when there is some error. So it will notify if you are not connected to the internet, then the bot will show that there is no internet connectivity, and so it is not able to fetch the data. Right? But in unattended RPA, one important thing is there, which is it requires structured data. Right? It requires structured data, which may not be always available. Now, structured data means you want to go to that particular newspaper only. Suppose the Hindu, you want to always read the Hindu. Now, if you say any kind of newspaper, no, the robot cannot fix it. The bot cannot bring a paper from the website if you do not give a particular name to that. Right, so that is known as the structured data. You have to give it practically there should be a structured data for that. Okay, a defined way when you will be using unattended RPA. There should be a proper defined way. Okay, and that may not be always available. Right, that may not always be available. So that is, you can say, not disadvantage, but that is something which you need to keep in mind. Right, we need to keep in mind when you use those unassisted RPAs. Third one, which comes about, is the hybrid one. Hybrid, as you know, it is a mix of like the assisted and the unassisted. So what it does, it involves working of this employee and bot essentially as a team. So it involves working of these employees and the bot essentially as a team, and they work on different tasks simultaneously for optimal efficiency. So it is of working those employee and the bot. That means the bot will also do, but for the bot to run, you need to give the instruction and you need to do it. The bot will give you the data. Again, you'll be doing something from the data. So again, the next phase will be done by some other bot. So that means it is the mixture of an employee task and the mixture of a bot task. So what they do, they work on different tasks simultaneously for this optimal efficiency. Okay, so AI assisted bots, these are the examples of hybrid RPA. So AI assisted bots, the artificial intelligence assisted bots, these are the examples of hybrid RPA. Okay, so that means suppose when we are giving you can say in the landscape.com. So that's one use case you can see in the Lenskart.com. So nowadays, when you go to the Lenskart.com, what you can see, you can do a trial view, right? So even without going to the doctors, even without having a, you can say, a physical spectacle, okay, physical glass, without having that, you can just put your face in a particular frame, and then what it will do, the AI will assist you that you just move your face in that way, and it will just make you how you'll be looking when you put that particular spec, right? So all these things, the AI assistant bots which are done by artificial intelligence, so that goes to be some examples of this hybrid RPAs. Clear? Okay. So this is the important one. As I've told you, when to use RPA, right? When to use RPA. Now, you know what is RPA, right? You know that which RPA you can create a bot, right? And with RPA, you can make that bot work, right? But my question is that, what are the criterias, or through what you can make those bots work? Okay, so what are the different things? Okay, so first thing is, process is suitable for RPA. Okay, a process is suitable for RPA only when, if, or you can say, we have these particular tasks. Okay, or we can say we have these particular conditions. The first, it is high volume and it is repetitive. So you can see previously we were talking about the aspects of RPA, or we can say the benefits of RPA. But if I relate to that, these benefits of those RPA is coming to the use when we use this RPA. Okay, so it is high volume and repetitive. So suppose you are having a task that only once in a while, for each year, you want some data. Now, if we want to use RPA even for that, okay, so that is not something which will be feasible, because to use this RPA, you have to go to the vendors, you have to buy those things, right? You have to buy those licenses. And if you use only for one work, okay, that will not be feasible. So it should be, RPA should be used, or the process which makes it suitable to be used. First one is it should be high volume and it should be repetitive. Okay, it should be high volume and it should be repetitive. Okay, next one, it relies on structured digital data. You cannot use RPA if the data is unstructured. Okay, you cannot use RPA if data is unstructured. Now, what I mean by the structured and unstructured, again, I'll be going back to the newspaper example. I did, because you might be thinking, when I am just using one example, or I'm using just one demo for that. The thing is that when you use such one kind of things, no, it will be making you more practical. It will be making you more understandable in this thing. So see, structured and unstructured data. If I am using those again newspaper example, if you want the bot to give you any newspaper from the browser in your laptop, it cannot do that, right? It cannot do that. You have to specifically give it the instruction that you want a particular The Hindu newspaper. Then only the bot will know that it needs to go to the Hindu website, and then it needs to extract the data and it needs to open it before you, right? So that is the thing that happens in case of structured data. So without structured data, in unstructured data, unstructured digital data, RPA cannot be used. All right. Next one, human effort produces error. So when RPA, okay, a process is suitable for RPA if human effort doing that particular task produces error. You're using an Excel sheet. You are having hundreds and thousands of records there. You're using pivot table there. You're using, suppose, we look up formulas there. You're using other formulas there, the data analysis formulas there. So for hundreds and thousands of records, a human obviously will make a mistake at least once or twice, right? Because it's like hundreds and thousands, high volumes of data, right? So to arrange those things, human, of course, might make some mistakes. So in that case, what you can do, you can create an RPA bot. Okay, when you create an RPA bot, what will happen? You will instruct it that these are the steps you need to go on, right? After that, what you'll do, you will run these bots for that particular hundreds and thousands of Excel sheet. So without any error, without any delay, your work is done, right? So that is the process which is suitable for RPA if the human effort produces error, right? Human effort produces error. Next one. It is time sensitive and highly seasonal. If it is time sensitive and highly seasonal. Okay, so during your admission process of your school, of for your institutions, schools, college, universities, schools, during the time of admission, again I'm telling, okay, not for the entire session, okay, not for the entire year. During the time of admission, you're having lots and lots of data, right? You're having thousands of candidates are coming, and you need to choose from them. So, and you need to make it more urgent. So what you need to do, you have to use some other persons than the regular staffs to do those works, right? So after completing those work, again, you do not have any task to give to those workers, right? So that is seasonal, because again, in the next year, next admission time, again, that burden will be coming of implementing those thousands of records, checking those records, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can implement an RPA in that particular case. Okay, so just take an RPA, design a bot that just need to extract those data, extract those fields from that online procedures. Okay, you just need to check it with these particular criteria, and then you just need to make a Excel sheet out of that. Okay, so that particular thing, which is time sensitive as well as highly seasonal, RPA is suitable to be used. Okay, RPA is suitable to be used in that way. Clear? So that happens to be the use case. So you can say when to use this RPA. Okay, so I will go to the next one. So identifying a business process. Now, why I'm including this step is that till now, what you have learned, what is automation, what is RPA, right? You know what are the benefits of using RPA. You know when you can use an RPA, right? The next step, what you need to know, how can you identify? Okay, how can you identify, or how can you implement those RPA in your business process? Okay, what are the different things you'll be needing there? So the first thing comes is the first person who needs to do these things. Okay, so what will be there? Who will be there? The first person who does that, it is the RPA within the organization, the person who manages it. Okay, the person who manages it. So that is the one who does that, the senior level champion for RPA, the executive sponsor. Okay, the executive sponsor, the senior level champion for this RPA within the organization. So what he'll do, he will see, or he or she will first demonstrate that, and he will see that, yeah, I want a process which needs to be automated for that. Okay, the next thing what you'll do, you will see a business user. Okay, you will see a business user. Now, when you will see a business user, Okay, when you will see a business user, that means it will be coming it is the consumer who enables business for buying at all levels for buying. So that means the sponsor, what he will do, he will try to create one. Okay, then he will wait for the business user. That means who will be using it. Okay, so the RPA consumer will enable this business at all levels to buy. Okay, that is the business user. Next comes the important one, the RPA developer. Okay, the RPA developer, that is the main person, or the main you can say the construction team of that particular bot. So it utilizes the development environments and handles the seamless collaboration with the business users to build end-to-end business process automation. Okay, business process automation. So that happens from the RPA developer. Okay, so the developer is the one who will be creating those instructions. The RPA developer will be one who will be implementing, will be making the bot ready. Okay, we'll be making the bot ready. So after that, the next one is the IT or the RPA manager, we can call about. Okay, the IT or the RPA manager. So that means in charge of all the automations, all the initiatives which are taken across the enterprise, and it is under this IT or the RPA manager. Okay, it is under this IT or the RPA manager. So this happens, this is the complete business process, or this is the complete guideline, you can say, not the guideline, but it is a complete way in which you can think of creating an RPA, you can think of demonstrating yourself in this RPA business. Okay, so that happens in a very proactive and as well as in a very large scale of industries. Okay, in a large scale of industries. When you think that yes, RPA is required in my business now, so you can start on with that. All right. Okay, then let me go to the next one. Now, when you talk about these bots, okay, when you talk about these bots, I have told you what are these bots, right? So I have told you what are the different types of bots. Now, bot means I have told you that these are the software which used to do, okay, which will run this particular process, the automation process. These are known as bots. So bots, we have three types basically. Okay, basically we have three types of bots. So the first bot is the task bot. Okay, the first bot is the task bot, we say. Second one are the meta bots, and the third one are the IQ bots. Okay, so these are the different types of bots. Now again, what are bots? Bots are the softwares which will make robotic process automation. Okay, these are the bots, the robots, you can say, the software bots. Okay, so these are task bots, and IQ bots. Okay, so we have a comparison, we have a comparative study for these things. Let me quickly go into that. Features that about task bots, meta bots, and IQ bots. Okay, so the definition of these task bot, you can say they replicate rule-based tasks, process structured data. Okay, so task bot means basically what happens is that it defines it replicates the rule-based tasks. Okay, the process structured data. So task bot is simple. So the simple bots which you create. Okay, so that means it will be replicating the rule base. The instructions which will be giving through some rules. Okay, it will be replicating those. So that those are known as the task bots. Now, what about these meta bots? Metabot deals with visual captures for front-end automations. He wants to make a recorder bot. Okay, you want to make some visual captures. Okay, that means when something is playing on, when something is going, you need to make it record. Okay, you need to capture something in the front end automation. So that thing comes under these metabots. Okay, so metabots basically do not with these rule-based tasks. Then we have the IQ bots. So of course it is IQ bot. It's much more smart, right? So when I talk about these IQ bots, so we have the cognitive capabilities. We have the information extraction from semi or unstructured data. So it is not that bots cannot be used totally in unstructured data. No. With these IQ bots, for these cognitive capabilities, I'm talking about these AIs. Okay, so it goes in the AI, ML, and all those bots in the high technical inputs, IQ bots. So it happens. It's to extract those informations from those semi or the unstructured data. Okay, so then we have the competency. Well, what is the competency here, which is used in the front end? Okay, the task bots, where it is used, basically competency, it is used in the front end. Then we have the metabots, which facilitates scalability with the next generation integrations. Okay, so the metabots basically uses it does with the scalability. Okay, the volume part, the scalability, much more volume. Then IQ bots, it deals with the enhancing process of automation. Clear? Then the best practices, if we see the task bots, it is of repetitive tasks. And metabots, the complex and scalable process, and inscripting. Inscripting, again, if we go to the first point, this deals in the visual captures for automation. So with that, again, the complex and scalable process and inscripting happens there. Okay. Next one, managing the unstructured data. It is the best practice of IQ bots, right? It's the best practice of IQ bots. Then the use case. That means, example, if you see, or the use case is what you can do. The task bots, you can use it in HR, human resource, the payrolls, all these different kinds. Okay, you can use task bots to manipulate them. Metabots you basically use in enterprise-wide automations. Okay, so that means enterprises. When I talk about enterprises, means okay, so it's like enterprising in a wide automation. So means big industries, you can see, okay, which deals with like capturing something, as I have told you in the very first point, enterprise-wise automation. So it deals on with the metabots. Now IQ bots, as it deals with cognitive capabilities. So basically the use case will be the real-time extracting of languages, codes from real-time data, and all this. So like the series and Alexas and all these things you can see. So like IQ bots, with the help of the extracting those languages, extracting the speeches, the scripts, okay, the codes from the real-time data. So that happens in the IQ bots. So these are different things: task bots, metabots, and IQ bots. So one more bot is nowadays coming into play, okay, which is given by automation anyway. So that is the discovery bot. Okay, that is the discovery bot. So that I will not go into that, because that is all that is quite in the, how you can say, in the childish phase now. Okay, in the discovery bot. But these three bots, task bots, metabots, and IQ bots, these are the different kinds of bots which are here. Okay. All right, then let me go on to the next one, the use cases of RPA. Okay, use cases of RPA. That means we'll just see the things which we have done till now. Okay, about RPA, knowing about RPA, knowing about automation, when we can use RPA, what are the different types of RPA, what are the benefits of using RPA, where we can use RPA, what are the things, what are the criteria we need to know before using RPA, right? So now let's see a small description about what are the different fields which uses RPA. Okay, so the first one, the customer service. All of us knows about the chatbots. Okay, the customer services that uses bots. Okay, or whenever you want to dial something, you want to talk to a customer care. Okay, so from there, what they will be telling that our agents are busy now, so you need to wait for some time. So those things, those are not done. Those are basically using these bots, okay, in customer service. So this is one of those use cases of RPA, which is taking the industry into a new dimension in the customer service range. Okay. Next one, finance and accounting, creating budgets, creating payrolls, okay, creating, managing finances of large institutions, accounts. So that thing is a use case of RPA. So what were the things you can relate using the tele, okay, tele ERP, which was there previously. So those things you can just use on with RPA. Then we have the IT management. So this is something which goes on with the analytical views, which goes on with the different sectors which we have here. Okay, the IT management. Next, the human resource, HR, in the HR field, which is very much used in today's world, okay, the RPAs. Then we have the healthcare. So healthcare, how RPA helps in healthcare. If I give you one small demonstration, see, like getting appointment online, okay, getting appointment online, or like when you go to visit some big hospitals, okay, big healthcare institutes. So what happens there, they will be taking your data and they'll be processing it in their systems, right? So when they'll be putting that, so automatically what will be having, you'll be getting those different instructions, you'll be getting, you'll be even having those appointments, okay, your schedule appointments. So all these different things which are done there in healthcare systems, so it done by the robots, okay, the bots. So again, in the IoT things, Internet of Things. So Internet of Things, basically, when you are using those smart devices, okay, when you are using your smart devices. Now, when we talk about these IoT kind of things, okay, so we have also one thing, which is the home automation, you could say. Okay, home automation, that means in your house, in IoT, Internet of Things, from the very first morning when you wake up, okay, so from there you can just use those IoT devices, which will be alongside use these RPAs, the bots will be there. Okay, so that thing is also known as home automation. If you search those terms there, you'll be getting home automation. Okay, so basically when you try to learn on those things, right, when if you go onto the Google, suppose now again, if you just type those words there, so you'll be getting hundreds and thousands of responses from there. Okay, so but when you go get those responses, so if you are a very in a learner phase of this RPA, so you might be getting confused about, okay, getting something about automation, I'm getting something about PA. Okay, so what are these differences? What are the different things? So for that things, I've just tried to make it clear. Okay, so automation as a whole, it is the superset. Then we have RPA, we have home automations, we have machine automation, industry automation, okay, different automations. Then in RPA, we have these different types. Okay, we have different bot types. We have talked about the benefits of this RPA. We have talked about what are the different things you can do in RPA. Okay, so with that, I have ended the presentation here. All right, so what I will be doing now is give you one demonstration. I will show you where we can go and where we can do this RPA. Okay, so for that, just allow me a minute of time. I'll just try to stop share my screen as of now, and quickly I will go to the other screen. Okay, so just allow me a minute of time. I'll be quickly coming back. Okay, in the meantime, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts regarding any of the slides, any of the topics, you can feel free to ask me or even discuss. Okay, all right, so I hope the presentation was beneficial for you. So quickly, let me go and give you one quick demonstration of how we can do that. Okay, just a second.
Meanwhile, if anyone is having any question, you can message us in the chat. You can unmute yourself. Mayur sir, I think no questions are now.
Ma'am, one question is there.
Just wait. He is just.
One participant is asking, any open source RPA tools?
He will be answering, Anisha. He is just showing the demonstration.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
All right. So am I audible and my screen is visible? Is it so?
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll be doing here, this is the control room. Okay. So before I go on to that, we have different vendors which will be giving you to practice this RPA, which will be giving you to use this RPA tool. Okay. So but Automation Anywhere will be providing you a free platform, which is known as the Community Edition. Have you seen this, the Community Edition? So you just need to go and type in Google Community Edition, okay, Automation Anywhere. So there, is my screen visible? Are you all able to see that?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Yeah. So Community Edition. This is the platform, okay, which will make you. Have you seen that your cloud RPA journey starts here? Get Community Edition free. So what you have to do here, quickly, you just not now. I'm not urging you to do it now. So when you want to do RPA, okay. So this is the free platform which you can use it, the Community Edition. Just register here, giving your name, phone number, email ID. Okay. So after that, what you'll be doing, you just need to click on the Community Edition. So after that, within a short time, in this particular mail which you'll be giving, okay, this is business mail, they're just writing, you can just give your own mail as well. Okay. So you will be getting the link for the control room. Okay. You'll be getting the link for your control room, the username and password. Now, what is this control room? Okay, what is this control room? Let me show you. So here it is. I am having my credentials for the control room. And when I log in here, just a second. So when I log into my control room, what I will be getting is the platform where I will be creating the bots. Okay, where I will be creating the bots. So in this thing, what you can see, when you first go on to the home page, okay, home page. So what we are getting here, welcome to Automation Anywhere Community Edition. So what you can do, create a bot, RPA, cognitive automation, Iqbots, open bot insights, open ARI. So these things I will not give you much more demonstration, because these again will take much more time and you will be confused while doing it. Okay, so these things you can just explore by your own. So then the first thing you need to keep in mind is that when you log on to your control room, okay, after you fill up that form, when you log on to your control room, you just make sure that you have assigned your local device for that. Okay, the local device for that. That means you need to set your local device. Okay, you need to set your local device. Means this is something which will be running on in the cloud. Okay, this is something which runs in the cloud, and when it is giving the output in your system, you need to connect your system to their cloud server. Okay, so that is the thing, the local device which should be connected. Local device is nothing but your system, your PC, your computer, your laptop. Okay, so you just need to download one file. Okay, when you download it, you just need to give the browser the permission for its extension. Okay, the extension permission, you just need to give it. So when you give it there, then it will be, you can just create these bots and you can. Okay, so make sure that these things you do. Okay, the local device connection. Now I will come to the bots. Okay, creating these bots. So what are the different things? See, discovery bots we have. This is the new one which is put here by automation anyway. Now the simple thing where we will be creating bots. Have you seen this? You can just go to automation. When you go here, create new. Okay, the bots, the form, the process. Okay, so now if I show you one demo here, okay, I have different bots which has been creating here. Okay, I have different bots which we have been creating here. So let me quickly give you. Okay, so these welcome bots which I have created. So what it will do when I run this bot, okay, what it will do, you just see it in the screen. I will run this bot now. So welcome to the session on RPA. Okay, so this is what's the message from the bot. So that means the bot has run successfully. Okay, the bot has run successfully. Now how we will create
we did not see actually.
Okay,
We did not see the message.
So are we able to see the welcome screen now?
No, we did not see the welcome screen.
Okay, let me share the total screen. Just
we just saw that bot is running the process. That's all.
Okay. Haven't you got the message like message box?
No, we did not see the message. We just saw that bot has run successfully.
Okay, so
you will have to open that screen. You will have to share that screen where you have seen the welcome message. Please share that screen with us.
No, it's already the bot message, so we cannot be sharing the screen because when I run that bots, so it comes automatically there. So I just need to share the entire screen.
You please share entire screen and run the bot again. We could not see the message.
Okay, is it visible now?
Screen yes, visible, now right? Yes, now we can see that. Welcome to the session.
Now, is it visible the deploying to your computer?
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Notifying device?
Yes.
Then have you seen that now message
yes,
from
bot?
Yes,
now we can see welcome 0%.
So welcome to the session on RPA. So this is what the bot has run. So here see the active line 0 of 1. That means when I close it, so it means action completed, your bot has run successfully.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first thing, the very basic thing which I have to do. Okay. So how we will create it now? Okay. How we will create it? I will show you that thing quickly. So just go to automation here. Click on create new. When you create new, then it will be form and processes. Just go on with bot. When you go on with bot, create task bot. Okay. Name will be there. Just you need to give a name here. Okay. I will give the name as session. The description, that is optional. You just need to give it if you want. Then the folder where you want to save it. Okay, so I just want to save it directly to this folder. Just go and create an edit. Okay, create an edit. Now what you can do is that there are different packages here. Okay, actions. Action means that different packages. So application, Boolean, bot migration, CSV, browser. Okay, so what I will do, I will just show you automatically how we can open a browser. Okay, so let me show you that thing. Then, because other things, it will not be time worthy now, I guess. So I will show you to create a bot, how we can directly open a browser.
Can you show that in browser a specific website it opens? Let us say
Yeah,
Google.
that one I am just going to give you the demonstration. Okay, so I will try to open this community edition. These browser, these particular site, I will open it through the bot here. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just go on with that. So what you'll do, drag a trigger here, no, start, drag an action here. Okay. So before that, I will just give a message. It is very important, message box. Okay. No, just use a comment. Okay. Comment is open the browser. Okay. I'll give a comment here. Now, after the comment, I will give browser and I will open a browser. Okay. Of existing tab, new tab. No. So what I will do, default browser, we'll just go on with the Google Chrome. Select it. Okay. Now, existing tab. Okay. I want to open it. So there will be different browsers there. Community edition free RPA. I just want to open it. Okay. Community edition free RPA. It is there. Okay. So I will select it, community edition free RPA. Okay, and I want to open it. So all listings, string, link of the website is there, already taken, browser application here. Then what I will do, link to or link of web page, then link to open. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here and I will click on this link. I will copy it and I will paste it, the click link to open. Okay, and timeout after 24 seconds. Okay. So then what I will do, I will all's done, string, I will save it. Okay, I will just save it. Now, after that, I want to close the browser as well. Okay, so there I will again use a comment. So in this comment, what I will do, I will close the browser. Okay, the comment will be close the browser. All right, so after that, I will again go to browse and I will close the browser. Choose in the browser, choose a browser tab. I want to close it. Community edition, free. Okay. Application, timeout after, save. All right. So what I will do, I will drag it here. Is it visible, the browser? So I will open it. Okay. I will open it through the bot. So what I will do, I will close it now. Okay. Close it. So when I close it, I will open it through this browser, right? So this is, I have bot. Okay, in the list view, if you have created a bot. So in my screen, okay, in my screen, you can see there is no any other browser open. Have you seen that? I do not have any other browser open. Okay, I do not have any browser open. Have you seen that? Only this is open. So I will open the automation anyway using that box. All right, so let me run it. Is everything clear until now? Am I audible as well as screens visible?
Yes, yes, it is clear.
Okay, so I'll just try to run this bot. So it might take a couple of seconds depending upon the connectivity of the internet. So those who have okay, not running graphics. Okay, okay. Okay, just give you this new Save it. Okay. Now I will just make it run. Okay. Let's check it.
I hope your charger is connected with your laptop. Because Mr. Mayur.
Okay. Okay, free Rpa not able to open that. Okay, let me give you one demo of already the bots which you have created. Okay. So waveform fill. Okay, so here what is happening? This is the bot to fill a waveform. Okay, so this is a bot which is used to fill a waveform. So what it will do, it will first go on with this particular website. Okay, opening this. So in new window, it will just select this. Okay, the link to open. It will go in here. Okay, so after that, what you'll do, you will record capture for this window. Okay, so there is a recorder as well. Recorder is here. You can just go and start on with the recorder. So everything what you need to do is the actions here. Actions will be here. Okay, these different action panels will be, you can take it from here. And according to that, when you select this in the right hand panel, you'll be getting to edit those things. In the right hand panel, you'll be going to edit those things. So here what you see, record capture sets the text box. That means you'll be setting text on text box, first name, then the second. Okay, so all these things we have captured it. Okay, so when I run this particular bot, me run it. So we have a couple of steps here in these particular. So see, this is the browser which is open automatically. Okay, so now click here. They have gone. I am not doing anything. You can see my cursor. So first, taking from where? Take it from a sheet. Okay, the message from the bot. Then again, it will go to the next one. Next, again, they will add this user, first name, last name, company name, email address. Okay, then again it will do, then go to the register. Okay, so again, in this way, okay, again, message from post in the, okay, so it will repeat this task. Okay, it will repeat this task until and unless we stop it. Okay, let's stop it. So I can just pause it. Okay, pause the task. So it will carry on with this. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Close. So have you seen how this bot gets run? How this bot gets run? So this is what's in the new window. Let me go on to the previous one. Just this way. So I hope you have seen how a bot gets run. Already an existing deployment in progress for this user session. So it's already there, you just need to close it. So the previous bot, which is still running here, so that's why it is coming. So this is the way how you can create those simple tasks. Okay, creating those bots. So the message box again, if you want to display something in the message, so what you can do, you just go to here, type a message box. Okay, you can just drag it here. So when you will getting this message box, what you'll get, you just need to put this message here. Okay, so anything which you want to display, okay, so all the things which you get here, you can display it in this particular position. Clear? So I apologize for that. We are not having enough time, okay, so that we can do a particular quick demonstration of everything. So I hope in the near future, yeah,
Mr.
in the near,
Mr.
yeah.
Mayur, the previous example you have shown demonstration, can you
Yes.
explain that filling of the forms, how you had created? If
Okay.
you can tell the steps so the people will be able to understand how to create such kind of bots.
Okay. Okay.
Because this bot is not running, I think, which you have just now created.
Okay. No, the previous one is running, so that's why.
Yeah,
Let
the
me give
filling
you.
the filling of the form, registration form. If you can,
Okay.
you can explain the process stepwise, so it will be helpful for all the participants.
Okay. So what here we have is that, see, the first thing, we created those bots. Okay, these bot fills a waveform. So where we'll be having the waveform, we have a website here. Okay, so in this website, from this website, we want to fill this form. So what you need to do, the first step is that you need to go to the action panel. You need to take the browser. Okay, and you need to open this particular browser. So choose the open command from this browser and give it here. So when you give it here, so what to open? We want to open a new window. Okay, we want to open a new window. So we'll just select a new window and the browser. What browser we want to open? So we'll select the browser and we will paste the link which is to open. Where we want that link to open. Okay, so that is the thing which we need to work on here. Next, delay, something which is you can think of as this is not technically much of use, but just if you want to give like delay of 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Okay, so it will just add a delay in the shifting of those phrases, shifting of the commands. Next one is the recorder. Okay, now why we need a recorder? Because when we go to that particular website, okay, when you go to this website in a form fill up, first of all we need to give a name. Okay, we will give our cursor to the name, and then we will give the second name, and then we'll give our email address, then we'll give a phone number, then we'll click on login. So that means within that page itself we are having different steps. Now to record those different steps, we will use a recorder. Okay, to record those different steps, we will be using a recorder. So this recorder, what you'll do, we will click on this recorder. Okay, now the browser title, the title of the page will be there, the link of the web page will give. Okay, so next we will go down. Okay, then we'll click on capture object. Okay, it is already been captured here, so it's coming like recapture object. So it will be capture object. So when you click on this capture object, okay, so then we will see that okay, let me, yeah, let me quickly if it's possible. So when you try to capture it, okay, when you try to capture it, so that means if I choose on this recorder, suppose I will take another recorder and I will just show you. Okay, so start recording. When you click on this, we'll be getting recorder. Okay, recording activities. So see, universal recorder, you just click on here. Okay, so when I click on, so now we want to record. Okay, so where we'll go, recording actions. So have you seen these red mark when I go to any of these browsers? Have you seen this red rectangle, then again small boundaries? So these will be fixed by this recorder. Okay, so when you click on here, suppose I want to take, just click on here. Okay, then it will be automatically, just put a right click. Okay, so then what we will do, done 10. Okay, okay, so different steps. Have you seen left click on client, then I again right click on client? So after that, last capture, double click on client. So this capturing is going on. Okay, the recording is going on. You just need to do that. So when I do these recordings, complete it. Okay, and then click on finish. So then once the record starts it, okay, so when you want to save it, you just click on save, because now I don't want to save it, that's why I'm clicking on this code. So once you click on, then it will be coming in this position. Okay, so click here, I am just taking this capture. So what is the action you want to do in the capture? Action to take an object is click on that. Okay, the control type here, then the object properties will be here. Okay, so an HTML frame, all listing, you just need to keep it as it is, don't need to do anything, just keep on there. Okay, then click on save again. So after that, the next thing, the CSV, that is the file which you need to open. Okay, so you need to fill it from an Excel file. Okay, so just make sure that you create an Excel file, and when you click on this CSV option, where you will be getting the advanced Excel. I am just showing you quickly. Okay, where you'll be getting the Excel advanced. Okay, so in this feature, what you'll be getting, opening it. Okay, find, then getting, yeah, open means you will be opening an Excel file. So click on open, drag it here. So when you click on open, so what you need to open, this is the file paths. Okay, I'm creating the desktop file. That means I want to open a file which is there in my system. So data.csv, this name of the file, just click it on here. Contains header, does a file contain header, then click on here, then delimiter comma, it is separated by the commas. Okay, so then keep it as it is. Now loop, why this loop is required? So loop is required because we want that system to go on again. Okay, for every file path, for every record, suppose I am having 10 records, so I want to put 10 records in the in that website. Okay, in the login. So what I will do, I will just put a loop. Okay, so I will put a loop in where the first name. Okay, for each column. Within that loop, I will give each column. So there are different columns there. So what are the different columns in the Excel sheet? So there are the first name column, the last name. Okay, so the first name in the form, the last name in the form. Okay, then I have the company name in the form. So all these things, what I will do, I will do the record capture. Okay, I will show it in the record capture, because I need to give it from the Excel sheet. I want to put it here, but where I will put it, for that, firstly, I need to do the record capture. Okay, so record capture for every field, name, first name, address, then a company name. Okay, then the password, all these things will do. So next, what I will do, I will just close the CSV. Okay, outside the loop, not in the loop. So in the loop, I will just only paste it, because those 10 files, 10 names which I have in the Excel file, okay, I want to put it in these records. So that's why I will put loop only for these fields. Okay, So then the next thing which you have here, the CSV TXT files will be here. The command line field, the form will be here. So then I'll just close it and then save it and then try to run in the session box. Okay, so variable means what variable we want to put it here. Okay, when we click on variable, that means we are assigning this value to a variable. Okay, so my suggestion is that you can just go to this Automation Anywhere community edition, which is a free trial. Okay, so you just go through that and then you just try to create these bots from your own experience. Okay, for those who are very new to that, you can just clicking on there. Okay, because these are just a click and drop tools. Okay, drag and drop, you just need to click, drag and drop it. So that is not much difficulty, though in some cases you might be finding error. Okay, so like just I got one error here previously. So this error will be maybe for the system compatibility, again for some net difficulties. Okay, so again, suppose you need to give a browser, you're giving application. So in such cases, like confusing these things, you might be getting some errors, but still you can go and practice that. All right, so I will not take much of more of time. As I have told you in the very beginning, that in this two hours, so it's quite, we'll be learning only, it will be possible for us only to start on with 1% of this RPA. Okay, but I'm giving you a platform, I'm making you accustomed to this platform. You can just go onto it. You can just start creating your bots and use this RPA and be a part of this RPA journey. Okay, so with these things, I will be concluding my presentation. Okay, so still, if you have any confusion, if you have any doubts, then I will drop my mail ID there. You can just contact me over the mail ID. All right.
Mr. Mayu, before you close this your Automation Anywhere site, I would like to request you that you have so many bots made now. So can you show one more small demo of any of your bot which is already made? What other kind of task?
Okay. So
Yeah.
one.
Do you have any other kind of task you have made?
What you can do is that I can show you one thing where the Excel read files. Okay, when I click on here,
Yeah.
so it will be reading the files from the Excel fields. Okay. So it will Excel open. I doubt whether I have this file in my system right now.
Okay.
Just clicking on these variables, or what you can do is that. And also we have one box where we can read the email IDs. Okay.
That you can show
the email IDs we can just see over there. I will just give you the demo over there. Okay. Read email. I have one. Yeah, email read. So here what you need to do is that. So here you can give conditions. So email connects. So I am AP server. You need to give email server. So in Outlook, if you do directly, we can do that. So where we'll get this email, just go to action, go to email. Okay, so open, connect. So first of all, what you need to do, you need to connect to a email. Okay, so just drag it here, connect. So connect to IMP server. So when we click it on, so what you'll be getting, email session 4. This is the name I am giving it manually. Okay, so then IMP Gmail. So for Gmail, IMAP. So the port number of Gmail is 993. This one you need to know. Okay, so then the username, then the password you just need to give. So although it is insecure, it is writing a insecure, nothing to worry. Okay, so your account will not be hacked, so there is no any risk of doing that. So you can give it there. So then the passwords, then IMMP protocol you're giving. Okay, so now next thing, loop. Okay, email. For each mail in mailbox, I want to type of email to get unread, the mails which I have not read. Okay, unread mail which I have not read. So what you will do, click on unread. Okay, choose receive dates here. So then message format, plain text. Okay, then dictionary values, assign the current value to variable dictionary. So email details, you just need to create a variable here. So then the message box, that means enter the message to display the email subject is. I'm giving the subject will be displayed here. The email says, okay, the email will be read here. So these are the variables. Okay, these are the variables. Now where we'll be creating those variables? Variables will be created here. Okay, in the dictionary variables, you can see. Okay, this dictionary variable, the email details. What are the details we have in the email? Okay, so let me show you quickly email details. Yeah. see email details, we have one dictionary. This is how we can use this value. Okay, so then I will just disconnect the email. But make sure when you do this email in Google, in Gmail, you need to deactivate that one particular security setting, okay, which is that third-party application, as because Automation Anywhere is not directly linked up with Google yet. So it's a third party, it happens to be a third-party application for Google. So you just need to change those setting, okay, that privacy setting, you just need to give that you need to connect to that third-party application too. Okay, so let me try to run it. I don't know whether I have given that setting or not. If the error comes, that means I have changed that setting. Okay, the deactivating setting, third-party authentication. Okay, there is already an existing deployment progress for this user session. So I will quickly close it. There is already a deployment going on. Okay. So that is one bot again. Then the other bots, I will just so we can create that. You can read files from Excel. Okay, you can create email, then the hello world, and login details. You can just create it. Okay, login means the browser, open browser. Okay, then email, passwords. So all these things are there. So it's a kind of, what you can say, dragging, dropping, and going on with all these things. Okay. So I hope I have given you enough, but still there is a shortfall of time for the demonstrations. Okay, so I wish I could have continued, but still I have some prior appointments also, so I need to end the session as of now. Okay, so hopefully in the future we can plan for 1 week of specialized on RPA itself. Okay, so that we can directly go on with these demonstrations. We can directly go on with those things. If we can do that, madam.
Yes, definitely. We will be more than happy to conduct such kind of workshops, kind of where the participants will get hands-on on the softwares. Before the other people will ask, I just want to ask one question. Can you tell this is the free platform you have told us to practice to make some simple RPA applications. But can you tell me any proprietary softwares which the companies are using for developing the RPAs?
See, there is no any software for RPA. Okay. There is no any particular software that I will install that and I will do RPA. No. So the thing is that the vendors are providing the platform. So the platform is provided as we use the cloud platforms. The platforms are provided like SAS, PAS, and IAS. In those fields they are providing. So Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Blue Prism, all these different things. So what they do is that they will be giving you the platform to use, as I have shown you in the free automation control room here. So this is for the for your self practice, and also when you want to use it, some like for 2-3 tasks of demo purposes, you can use that. Now when you want to use it in enterprise point of view, when we want to use it for professional point of view, so you need to have some licenses. Okay, so how you'll be having that is that they will be providing you a license, and under that you'll be needing to configure a server. So under that server you'll be having that their credentials. So under that you can give 2-3 participants 2-3 applications of your college, and then they can automate those processes under your server. So that means you are buying the service from them. So there is no any particular software through which you can just suppose installing in your system and then you can do automation. No, there is nothing kind of that. They will be giving you services and you can use those services.
Okay. Because my students had done one project on RPA a few years back. So they had used, yes, of course, it was a proprietary, means a platform license was in the name of IBM, and his father was working with IBM. So he got some access. So he just developed, and the software was Blue Prism. Yeah. he used Blue
Yeah,
Prism.
software means those are the vendors, madam. Blue
Yes,
Prism
right.
Automation
Okay.
and yeah.
So he
Yeah,
has, they have got, IBM has got the license from Blue Prism.
exactly.
So they have used that software, that platform to develop
Yes,
the
yes,
RPA. And I
yes.
got one RPA made for going to the university website, and the result of my BCA program, just to download that result and then enter all the result in the Excel sheet. This kind of
Yes.
RPA I got it made from my
Yes,
student.
definitely. Those are the things which is very useful in case of RPA.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your session. And yes, definitely 2 hours are very less time to learn everything about RPA. I think, but participant might have got some insight about the RPA, how it is used, and what is the means nitty gritty of the RPA. So now all our faculties, I think they can work on their own to develop some small RPAs. Thank you, Mr. Mayur, for delivering such a very insightful session on robotic process automation. So definitely we will be taking your services for conducting some workshops or 1 week FDP only on RPA, so that the participants will get more hands-on experience on RPA to develop RPAs. Okay. So thank you very much, Mr.
Uh,
Mayur.
yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. But before going on to that, I just want to give a link so that if you
Okay.
can just for the participants.
Okay, you just give the link
Quickly,
also.
I will put the link here.
Yeah,
Yes, sorry.
so all the participants are requested to fill that poll Mr. Mayur has shared with you.
No,
And
no. This is the other one. Other one I just copy it
okay,
and paste it right
fine,
now.
fine.
Okay.
Okay,
So
and one more thing is that any question? Yes, over to Sonali and Anisha to take up the questions.
Yes, ma'am. Some participants are asking like how we can apply RPA in teaching learning process.
okay. That's a very good question. So how you can implement RPA in teaching and learning process? So see, as I have told you, giving this session, I haven't given you one instruction that this is where you can use RPA. So I have given you many things. I have shown you the way that these are the different conditions under which you can use RPA. So when you ask that in what condition I can use it in teaching. So in teaching, suppose you were using some online modes, okay, some online modes. So what you can do, you can create those, you can create bots, you can create RPAs, okay, to achieve those things. Suppose directly going to the browser, opening the link, downloading those PDF files from there. So in this way you can use, okay. And the second thing is that you need to check different question papers. Suppose, okay, you need to check different question papers. So I'm just giving you some demos, okay. I'm just giving you some use cases for which you can use RPA. Suppose you are having 50 students in your class, okay, 50 students you are having in your class. So what you can do is that you will be asking those students to submit their online papers in your Google Drive. Okay, so when they submit it in your Google Drive, what you need to do, you need to again download that, or you need to check it there. Okay, so what you need to do, the moment they submit it in the Google Drive, they can be automatically downloaded from there into your system. Okay, so these are some of the quick sorts, if I say, which I have given you some quick demos on where you can use it in your teaching and use in your learning phases. Okay, so those things you need to do it from your own. You need to select those tasks from your own. You need to choose those tasks, those options that, yes, here I want these files. Okay, so I hope that gives the answer to your question.
Yes, sir. But some other participants are asking like, is there any hint about RPA certification programs?
Yes, we Ict Academy runs RPA faculty development program. Okay, we RPA faculty development program. So if any of you wants to do that, then we have like 5 days of faculty FDPs. So you can just consult. You can just contact with us. Then we can have a insight session about this FDP in RPA. So if you want do some global
Mr. Mayur,
certifications.
Mr. Mayur,
Yes.
yeah, they are asking for the certification programs, not for that.
Okay, the global certification. So global certification, yeah, they're offering global certification from Automation Anywhere. They are like UiPath, Blue Prism, so all these different IBMs. So they're offering those different global certifications. So you can just check it out according to your knowledge base. Okay, so if you are the beginners, or you can just go to the beginning phase of in this Automation Anywhere, you can just go and practice some of the sessions there. So there is something one which is known as the Automation Anywhere University. Okay, so in that university, Automation Anywhere University, I'm telling again, let me just write it here in the chat box. So Automation Anywhere University, you can just go to here. Okay, you can go to this place and you can just
we are not able to see you. Please share your screen if you're showing something.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving it in a message.
Okay.
Automation
Okay,
Anywhere
fine.
University. Okay,
Okay.
so there we can go. You can take some courses from there itself. Okay, some small courses you can go. You can just take it from there, and you can start on with your learning from RPA. So any more questions have I got?
So one last question, like, is any open source RPA tools?
This is what I have shown, the Automation Anywhere control room.
Yes,
Yeah.
open source RPA tools.
Yeah, that is something which is free, the community edition. Okay, that is the open source, that is free.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so request the
We have
participants to kindly give
Rpa
the
Mandula. Rpa Mandula wants to ask something. The hand has been raised.
You take the question from her because the participants are, I think, muted.
There's
She's
no-
asking in the chat also, like, to do practicals on RPA best software.
He has shown now Automation Anywhere is the best place to
Yes.
work.
Okay.
no, that is practically the in free if you want to learn. Okay, free if you want to learn, so you can just go into there. So that is they're offering it the community edition. Okay, the community edition. So there you can go and you can sign up yourself and you can do on with those things.
Okay, sir.
All right, so if I do not have any more questions, then we can go for today. So thank you ma'am. Thank you Sonali ma'am, and thank you
Yes,
Narula
Sonali,
ma'am
yeah,
very
you
much
can
for
continue.
giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge here. So I hope the session was effective for all of you. So in the near future we will be meeting again. So
Definitely.
Thank you so much, sir, for your knowledge
Yeah.
of the session.
Thank
It was
you
very
all of you.
informative. It's a request to each and every participant of this day one FTP that the attendance link and the FTP feedback link has been shared in your chat box. You need to fill the attendance link and the feedback link as well, along with the poll which has been shared by Mr. Mayur Bhushan with you. So these three things need to be filled. Only then the attendance will be provided to you. This link will be active for 1 hour, and after 1 hour, we'll close this link. So each and every one of you.
1 minute, Mr. Mayur. The participants are asking, can we get your PPT? Will you share or not?
Okay, of course. So I'm just putting my mail ID there, so you can just use it.
No, your PPT, that PPT you have shown
Okay,
about RPA.
yeah, PPT. Okay, I will just do one
If
thing.
you
I
would
will
like
just,
to share, then it's up to you.
yeah, I will
Participant-
just notify you with that. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Just stop the session. Yeah. So I have just given my mail ID. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions or any queries regarding the session, how it was, you can just mail me there, all the participants. So thank you once again. Thank you everyone for listening to me all these hours. So hopefully we'll meet again in some future engagements. So till then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a
Sure,
great day.
thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Please do fill the attendance and the feedback which has been shared with you in the chat box.
And please join the session tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp.
Right. The day 2 session also starts at 10 a.m. So please do the needful. Join the session in time. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we can end the meeting for today.
Yeah, yes, Sonali, you can.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.